It's time for a brand new Air Jordan. I love it.
Do you?
I mean, I don't love the shoe. I just love this. I love the I don't have to love every one. When people first saw the 15s, well, they did like those. They front like they didn't, but in my area, everybody was with the 15s way more than they were with any of the retros because everybody wanted the new model, not the old models. Back when retros first started, they weren't popping. I liked them both, and that's what we have here, the Air Jordan 37. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today, we got a detailed look and breakdown on these possible bad boys right here. This, my friends, is the Air Jordan 37 in the Hare colorway. Fun fact, you can actually grab these right now over at GOAT. This is not a plug. This is just where I got mine from for a retail price because not a single person gives a shit about this shoe. It's probably because they're hideous. But like we do most years when we take a look at the brand new Air Jordan is we take a look at the box because they're all a little bit different. They're all kind of fancy, and this one is no exception. So it opens up just like this, kind of cool. It's got the 2-3 on the top of the lid. You will see that throughout the shoe as well, this same 2-3. You've also got this little sheath right there with the 2-3 on the sides. So yeah, that's the box.
Bitchin'.
Do they look as weird in my hand as I feel like they're just crumpled. In that one, I have a shoe tree to stretch it out so it doesn't look as bad. That way they can look as fresh as possible. Kind of like me today, thanks to today's sponsor. Hey. Today's video is brought to you guys by the good folks over at The Gold Shop. What is The Gold Shop? Well, I'm glad that you asked. According to Forbes, The Gold Shop is actually the Nike of men's jewelry. So if you're looking for something that is affordable but high quality, that way you can look fresh without breaking the bank, this is one of the places where you could do it. They're based in Miami, which is cool. You can get your Tony Montana on.
I'm Tony Montana, a political prisoner from Cuba.
But what Gold offers is both men and women's jewelry. And on top of that, everything is made to last. They do have a lifetime warranty or guarantee. So if you ever have any issues with any of their products, all you gotta do is hit them up and they will take care of you. Gold has collaborated with plenty of celebrities: Snoop Dogg, Justin Bieber, Wiz Khalifa, Cardi B, hey, or how, what does she say? Ow. And they make all kinds of jewelry to meet your needs. So whether you need a neck piece or you want to wear something on your wrist, whatever it might be, they've got you covered. So if all of that sounds interesting to you and you wanted to check out the Gold Shop, make sure that you use our link, which is right here on the screen, which is gld.shopgld.com/WearTesters. And yes, you will get a discount. It will be 33% off, which is always nice. And with all that being said, you can rock the gold chain just like a young MJ while wearing his brand new shoe.
Here he goes. Oh, spectacular.
And again, this is the Air Jordan 37. It's a brand new shoe for a brand new year. I just think that this is awesome. Just in general, whether or not I like the shoe doesn't matter. I still like that they are producing new models. Do I think that this is one of the ugliest ones? Well, yeah, I mean, they just are. Look at these. You can see right through them. But basically, the outsole itself is really interesting. I have no idea why they went this direction after sticking with herringbone for the past few models. I don't know if this is gonna play well. I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say yes. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a big fat no. Especially when you compare it to the past models like the 34, the 35, and the 36, all use just tried and true herringbone, which is what my necklace is actually, in case you were wondering, the herringbone necklace. But basically, it almost looks like they tried to do like a thumbprint or something like that, but it's all like weird. The shoe itself is very stiff, especially compared to the past few models. We don't have the Eclipse plate anymore, which I find very interesting. Not interesting in a bad way, just interesting that they finally moved on from it. What they've done though is they've gone back to the carbon fiber. So we've got the shank plate right here, the carbon fiber. Most of you guys already know this, but it debuted in the Air Jordan 11 as far as the Air Jordan line is concerned. That's not the first basketball shoe it was featured on. I'm just saying that the first Air Jordan that used carbon fiber was the Air Jordan 11. But basically this runs up the foot just a little bit. And so yeah, so something in here is making this really stiff, but it's also supposed to be built for flight and jumping, which I thought was really interesting for them to say in their initial press release, because shoes don't do that for you. That's an athletic ability. So is this gonna make you run faster and jump higher like the old ad said? No, it's not going to. But if you already can do those things, it's going to aid you in doing those things better, more comfortably, well, maybe a little bit quicker and stuff like that. Like carbon fiber plates have a nice little snap back to them. Those of you guys that are in the running world, the Zoom X plates and stuff like that, those things do help a little bit as long as they're formed to function that way. This is not quite like that, but it's going to still offer a nice little snapback. So if you were to bend the shoe and then let go, it does go back into shape, and it's because of that plate. So the midsole itself is EVA, pretty traditional, pretty standard. The forefoot though is double stack Zoom Air. So the first layer that you can actually see when you pull out the insole, which is ortholite by the way, so some of you guys may or may not like that. It is the more dense ortholite. I think that this is better than the very light blue stuff that they use in the retros, just for reference. But when you pull out that insole, you can see the forefoot unit. It is a 4-foot Zoom Strobel unit, so it's the same thing that they've been using in some of the Kyrie models, like the Kyrie Infinity. And it's a nice thick unit. There's also another unit underneath that, not the same style unit. What style unit, I don't actually know. That's the one thing where I'm like, where is the tech breakdown? Where is the tech sheet? Where is the information on the shoe with the shoe? This is a brand new model. You should be like, hear ye, hear ye. Like, you know how the Jordan 3 Fire Reds came with the nice little cool pamphlet showing you exactly what's inside the sneaker? Why are we not doing this? Look, if you care about your product, you want to teach people about your product. If you don't care about your product, you don't include that in there. That's all I'm gonna say. But it could be one of these style 4-foot units. I'm hoping that it is, just because it's a bigger style unit than the other option, which would be the rectangle one, which I like to call the stick of gum zoom units. But anyways, the 4-foot is super zoomy, it's super bouncy, so if you like that, you're going to like these. The heel, on the other hand, I don't know if any of you guys are gonna actually like that. It's their new Formula 23 stuff. So the Formula 23, much like it is in the Luka shoe, brand new colorway coming. I grabbed these from ID for Shoes in case you guys were wondering. But anyways, the Formula 23 is implemented differently. So in this shoe, it's all the way, you know, from heel to forefoot. There's visible like spaces within the shoe so that you can see where the foam moves. This one, they've done it completely differently, where it's caged like a mofo in here, man. Like this, it's not going anywhere, which means you can't feel it, at least from a try-on. So if you're a leaper though, that's what it's supposed to be there for. It's supposed to be there for crash landings. Any jumper though, like somebody that like dunks, you know that you never, ever crash on your heel. That shock will go straight through your entire body and it'll f your lower back. You always jump off your forefoot and then you land on your forefoot. So marketing doesn't quite make sense for the thing, but hey, it is what it is. I still think they should have used full-length Zoom Strobel, just like they did last year in the 36, but whatever. Now the upper is where they like lose me with this. So we've got the Leno weave stuff back, which I don't mind. It's super strong. So the fact that it's literally see-through doesn't bother me. So I know that some people will look at that and be like, that looks cheap. And they're not wrong. Like, it does look cheap. On top of that, you can see the support or structure layers. Jackson, fellow WearTesters member, pointed out to me that it looks just like the original Crazy Light. And I laughed my ass off because it sure as hell does. I think that that's really weird, very funny. It makes the shoe very, very lightweight and everything, but that shoe almost wrecked my ankle multiple times. So I'm hoping that this does not do that. On top of that, they kind of went with the Jordan 7 design, I guess. The Leno weave section starts and ends right here at the collar and everything. So essentially it's a low top shoe with an extension on the collar area to make it a high top shoe, which is essentially what the Air Jordan 7 is. This whole Hirachi style wing, it's still a low top shoe. It's just that the eyelets go all the way up here, so you get a little bit more coverage there, but not necessarily support. And then these guys right here are made out of neoprene. The pillows on them are awesome. So that's gonna feel really, really good on your guys' ankles. It makes its way into the back area as well. It's a kind of like a separate seat or piece, like the heel piece and everything. So it would have been nice to have gotten a full Hirachi style neoprene sleeve. That would have been very Jordan 7-esque, but we don't have that here. Instead, we have a very thin, what looks like neoprene, and it feels like neoprene. It's just not a full booty and everything. Now the tongue itself is a direct nod to the Air Jordan 7's tongue. We have the similar patterns. I'm assuming it's going to be different on every shoe, and it is. So just like the original shoe, you're gonna get a different pair every time, which I think is cool. Instead of the front saying Air Jordan like the originals, instead it has the Jumpman logo on there, but it still has the Air Jordan on the back, which I dig. The 2-3 that you see on the box is actually carried over onto the tongue itself. So each tongue, this is where I think that they messed up a little bit. So when you look at it, it says 2-2. It would have been cool because on the back side it says 3. So each shoe says 2-3, right? It would have been dope if it said 2-3 and then on the back side 2-3. But if you wear 22, these are perfect for you. Now the back of the shoe is where they really could have really made their stamp of approval for the Air Jordan 7, where they have that an awesome 23 logo back there. I love this thing, man. It looks great on this shoe. It looks great on the Olympic version with the 9. It would look great if you took off the number and put on a Jumpman instead, but instead they put a pull tab on there and it's got MJ's signature with a little tiny logo at the top. I guess that's cool.
Very Jordan 12.
That's what it reminded me most of, and especially the way that it rolls down into the heel and everything, because right underneath all of this on this like rubber plastic thing, it says AJ 37, but they put it in a way to where it looks like it says AJ 7. It's just that the 3 are like 3 little dots. dots. And there are lots of little Easter eggs like that throughout the shoe. Like there's one on the toe. There's actually a 2-3 right there on the rubber. There's all kinds of things. We don't talk about those things because that's fun for you to find. I can have this video be 45 minutes long. You didn't get it?
Oh, I get it.
Exactly. It's a bad luck number, dog. But yeah, I can have that video be super long if you want me to sit there and point out every little thing, but that's fun for you guys to do, man. And it's fun for me to do when I'm not on camera. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. However, if you want a super snug fit, especially with this super thin see-through upper, and you want to just kind of play it safe, you could go down half a size. It'll be very snug though. So your toe is going to be right at the edge. So if you don't like that, go true to size. That's what I would do. If you wear an ankle brace, make sure that you bring them with you to the store so that you can try them on with the shoe. That way you get the perfect fit for your particular needs. But for the most part, true to size is what I would recommend. That's what I would go with personally, and I feel like that's the best option. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let me know what you think about the Jordan 37 down below in the comment section. I know this is not the best comparison since this is not the actual colorway, but I mean, it's the same design inspiration and stuff. How do you feel that these match up to the original model? But with all that being said, again, sound off below in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, guys, have a good one.